the damn books. Ban them. Ban them all. Because y'all doing too much. In a federally funded child environment like school, why do you want them there? It's utter chaos. Utter chaos in the truth.
It's your red pill, brown girl. Oh, when it just makes sense. Oh, it's your red pill, brown girl. And get into the truth. It's your red pill, brown girl.
Everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red-pilled brown girl, brown skin girl, the best thing in the world. That's me. Y'all, I just be singing that, but let me tell you something. I would love myself if I was Peach. I would love myself if I was 10. All my white brothers, sisters. Let me tell you something. God made us in his image, and he made us all colors, all shapes, all sizes. So don't think that I'm like skin worshiping, because that ain't me. Anyway, I did want to get into this topic that is a really, really, really complicated issue that I'm noticing kind of coming up and creeping in. And I hear people like saying stuff, and I'm like, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. You really don't. And that is the book banning. Book banning. Oh, Florida wants to ban books. Florida's banning books. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so whenever I hear this kind of stuff, you guys, bear with me. I really want to encourage y'all to do like I do. What I do is I have like a BS meter, like a bull meter. And when I hear stuff, especially when I hear it on the news, which is trash anyway, I take it through this meter. I say, that don't sound right. Why would they ban books? And why all of a sudden y'all want all these kids to read books? And most of the kids can't even read. Anyway, it just kind of seems like a distraction to me. But I was like, okay, now it's kind of getting out of hand, because I'm hearing people, especially with Black History Month, they're saying, oh, you know, Ron DeSantis wants to ban books. He wants to ban books, blah, 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 blah. You know, I had to go look. So I've heard this, and I really thought that it was going to be dead in the water. But since it's not, let's talk about it from a brown-skinned girl's perspective. I want you to listen to Mr. DeSantis explain exactly what's going on with this whole book banning.
Across the country, a parent will start reading what is in some of this, and the school board members are like, no, it's too graphic. You can't do that in a school board meeting. Well, how if it's too graphic for a school board meeting with adults, it's okay to do for a 5th grader or a 6th grader? Of course it's not. So let's just get real here. There's unfortunately an effort in our country to try to jam some of this stuff into the elementary and the middle schools, and that's just inappropriate. So we're going to make sure that parents in Florida feel safe sending their kids to school without having that shoved down their throat.
That in. So what you've seen is a lot of false narratives put out, and I think, though, there is a concerted effort to bring some of this sexualization into the classroom, particularly in these young grades. I mean, we did do Parents' Rights in Education bill, I think, as many of you know, but even when you're talking about 12, 13-year-olds, to see some of that stuff in there, I think most parents would say absolutely not. You know, parents can have those discussions when they think it's appropriate with their kid, but to have that is wrong. And we've been very clear about that. We'll also talk about the Black history hoax, the idea that somehow we're not teaching about that, and not teaching about things like racial discrimination. So we're going to go through all of that. Origin. Does anyone think the babies are born racist? I don't think so. I think they're told either to respect people or not, and that's how you end up with this. The other thing we say is in the law that we are not going to teach that any one race is inherently superior to another race. Is that something that we want to be teaching our kids? I don't think so. We also say that, of course, I think everyone has to agree with this, it's wrong for discrimination on the basis of race, color, natural origin, etc. Also say in the Stop Woke Act that it is wrong to teach that concepts like merit and hard work are basically racist concepts. In reality, we believe merit and hard work are important so that people are able to pursue happiness. The fifth one, not allowed to impose responsibility for the past actions of members of the same racial group. So you have somebody in a classroom now, go back 200 years, someone may look like them. They are not responsible, some first grader sitting in the classroom for that. And then finally, no classroom instruction on collective guilt for acts committed in the past. It's wrong to identify somebody who's just a young kid going to school and saying they're guilty of things they had nothing to do with. So I don't think any of that, honestly, is that controversial. I think that that does prevent some of the ideology from getting in, which is really what we're trying to do. But on its face, I would very, very much doubt that you would find very many people who could stand up and make a case. But that's why you have things like this hoax, because they don't want to argue on the merits. And so they want to have this stuff with this AP course that has a lot of the ideology. That's what they want to have in there. But they don't want to have to argue all this on the merits. They want to be able to say, oh, no, Florida's not allowing to teach black history, all this. They want to try to do that because they think they're on better ground. Well, they're lying, and so that's not really good ground to be on, but they can't defend their positions on the merits, and so that's why you have this situation. You also have it for these young kids, but they are using your tax dollars to put that in. How is that an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars to put?
So when we're looking at this book banning, you guys, book banning, that's stupid. That's so stupid. Y'all, that's so stupid. The fact of the matter is, pornographic material has gotten into our classrooms. And maybe it's been there for a while. We just didn't even know. We had no clue until they started doing all this. They started doing too much. I don't care who you sleep with, okay? I don't care if you sleep with men or you sleep with women. No one cares. Can somebody please let the LGBTQIA plus whatever know that no one cares who you like to munch on, nibble on in the middle of the night? No one cares. God cares. I'm not God. God cares. I'm not God. And with saying that, my child doesn't care. She doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't care. No one cares. And it's like you just want to make someone care. We don't care. Just like I don't want to hear about a heterosexual couple's relationship. Okay? So y'all started doing too much. Started making TikTok videos, hanging up the trans flag. Yes, and that alerted the alarms. Hello. Why are we doing this? Yes. So maybe these books were in there and we ain't even paying no attention. But y'all messy and y'all too much. And this is why we're here, okay? So we start seeing books that talk about anal sex. I don't want to talk about anal sex. I don't want my kid to be reading about that. And trust me, like, it's unnecessary. They'll learn if that's what they like. They'll eventually learn it. They don't need any help. They don't need any refreshers, okay? And like books that are like talking about going down on a child, or books that's talking about rape. Like, y'all, come on. Yeah, you're right. We banned those books. Sure did. Is it going to make any difference? Probably not. But why would we keep them in there? Why would we keep them? Why? In a federally funded child environment like school, why do you want them there? If you want to go get it at your library or order it on Amazon, then go right ahead. Go right ahead. Nobody's stopping you. But why do you want taxpayers to pay for it to sit in the school library? I don't understand. You sound like really pedo-ish. Pedometer. Ah, ah, ah. Pedometer. Ah, ah, ah. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you advocating to have those kind of books and for kids to read them? And parents, y'all just need to figure out. Like, look at what's going on and care. Okay? Stop blindly going after. So now, talking about the African American stuff. Yes, we are getting rid of books that tell little brown girls and little brown boys that they are oppressed and the white kids are oppressors. Anything that seems like that. Why? Because the same thing like the LGBTQIA plus whatever, y'all doing too much. You're doing too much. Y'all got to take it to a next level. Everybody knows what happens with slavery. Everybody knows what happened with the Jim Crow laws and separate but equal. We all know it. But when you start saying that babies are racist, and then you start like living, like going and making kids apologize or making black kids say, oh my God, I'm oppressed. And then you start like making white kids feel like, oh my God, my parents don't understand me because they did this. They don't like black people. Like when you start doing all of that and bringing kids into it, yes, ban the damn books. Ban them. Ban them all. Because y'all doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Yes, those books were in there. And yes, we used to have healthy conversations, you guys. I grew up in the 90s. Like, we used to have healthy conversations. We used to talk about black people. We used to talk about white people. Yeah, we used to think that all white people had privilege. But then when you get older and you recognize that some actually didn't. Some grew up poor. Some grew up impoverished. Some of them had the same problems as you did. It was like, oh my God, wow. Why gotta be all of this, y'all? And then you wonder why we're doing the book banning. Yes, ban them. If this is the result, ban them. I'm not going to pay for division. I'm not going to pay to just cause utter chaos in the schools. And the teachers, get a life. Get a freaking life. There's math, there's reading, there's writing, there's drama, there's choir, there's gym. There's so many other things for you to teach your kids about besides the fact of race. Get a freaking life. God. Get a life. Sorry. I get passionate, you guys. These kids are dying. These kids are failing. They're failing their school system. They're worried about gay sex and racism. Y'all, come on. We can do better than that. And we got to do better than that. We have not seen the ramifications of what we're going to have to pay for the damage that we've done to these children in these public schools. Whew, sorry, I'm fired up. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think. Ain't nobody banning no real books. It sounds stupid because it is. Ain't nobody banning no real books. It's stupid because it is. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.